What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over which festival character should you be picking from the UR festival ticket that is being given out through the jump box event on Grand Cross. I wanted to do this video because I have my ticket on my KR account, and I wanted to kind of evaluate all the festival characters on the ticket and let you guys know which one is going to be the best to pick for a new player and even for a veteran player as well. So let's hop in and discuss. Before we actually hop into the video though, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. Today we actually hit 28,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which is absolutely insane. You know, thank you guys for the support, and 64% of you guys are still not subscribed though, so definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're still on the road to 30,000 subscribers, and with that out of the way, we can finally hop in and talk about the UR festival ticket. Alright guys, so if we go to the UR festival ticket right here, you guys can actually see that it's guaranteed any of your choice. So any of these festivals right here, you have to you can pick, and you can actually get them completely free, and they'll be, you know, 6-star awakening, level 90, and completely ready to start using. So that is really good. So here's the festival lineup that we have here. So we have Lost Vein Meliodas, Goddess Elizabeth, Small Winged Festival King, the OneAskingHer, Festival Merlin, the Lolly one, and then Purgatory Bond. So as you guys can see, in terms of the lineup here, a lot of the festivals are old, right? We have Lost Vein, Elizabeth, and King being like around like the 1-year anniversary type units, kind of old at this point, right? And then the OneAskingHer, you know, he's pretty old at this point as well, you know, considering where he's at. And then you know, Lolly Merlin's actually not a bad option to pick from this ticket, and then Purgatory Bond is the most recent character from this, being the 2-year anniversary unit. So yeah, let's kind of talk about it now. Like, who should you guys be picking from this banner? Let's go over each of the units, and then we'll finally give you my thoughts on like which character you should pick. All right guys, so I pulled them up on GC database. We have all the festivals here from the ticket banner that are going to be available. I think I got them all, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got them all. All right. So let's talk about you know, each of the characters here and kind of go over their kits pretty briefly, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. So Lost Vein Meliodas, he is kind of fallen off at this point, guys. Very old character, the first ever festival on Grand Cross. He is still due to getting a holy relic though, so that is something to take into account. But let's briefly go over his kit. So he has fill gauge single target. He increases his skill ranks whenever he gets crit in PvP or in PvE, right? And then he's gonna have a charge AoE skill as his second skill, and then he's gonna have secret technique on his ultimate. So Lost Vein, I would say personally, is a do not pick from this ticket, just because if you're getting a 1/6 Lost Vein, this ultimate does no damage. It actually just does no damage at 1/6. If you had him at like 5/6, almost 6/6, I'd still say it's not worth it, just because of how old he is and how, you know, he's not really relevant anymore, right? Even if you have him 6/6, a lot of the content in the game, you know, like there's other characters that's like their ultimates at 1/6 will do as much as a 6/6 Lost Vein, which is crazy to say, man. But over time he has just fallen off in terms of his damage, and I don't think he is worth picking from this ticket. Moving on to Goddess Elizabeth. So Goddess Elizabeth here, she actually, you know, has stood the test of time a little bit better than Lost Vein, I would say. But we'll go over your kit and then I'll let you guys know. So for a passive here, when an ally dies, they are revived with the same amount of HP that they had before dying, and is limit once in a plasma entering battle, and dying by the reflect effect nullifies the revive and uses it up. So that's going to be your passive right there. She's going to have stun single target, and also cancel stances, so you guys on the rank 2 and rank 3. And then her second skill here is going to be basically a barrier that block affects the enemies, excluding rupture. So every effect when you are attacking into this shield will be completely blocked, excluding rupture, as long as the shield isn't broken by that card, basically. All right. And then we move on to our ultimate here, which is just going to be a healing ultimate, but also reflecting damage for 2 turns actually as well. And it can scale up to 120% damage on the reflect. So should you be picking Goddess Elizabeth on your ticket? Probably not, and the reason why I say this is because Goddess Elizabeth is good for cheesing content, but there isn't really much content nowadays that warrants her for cheesing content, and in PvP she's not even viable at all at this point. She had a you know, she had a kind of a point you know, when Naofumi kind of came out, but no, I don't think she's worth using like nowadays in PvP. I think she definitely has fallen off, so I would completely disregard this Elizabeth. And you know, her holy relic as well just has you know, the Goddess Blessed barrier value increased by 15%, so it's nothing crazy. And yeah, I don't really think Goddess Elizabeth is a pick with the ticket. Moving on, we have Small Winged King here. So Small Winged King, he's actually not bad. I will say, by this point, because of his Holy Relic, I would say he's better than Goddess Liz and Lost Vein. But if we look at King here, he's going to have Release on his first skill, which is just going to be dealing additional damage for your Shock, Poison, and Bleed debuffs. And then for his passive here, enemies with 2 or more of the effects Poison, Bleed, Shock, and Corrosion become unable to remove debuffs using recovery skills. And if there are 3 of the above debuffs, additionally decrease 1 orb from the ultimate move gauge at the end of the ally's turn, which is very, very nice. He's gonna have a Holy Relic as well, which inflicts bleed for 2 turns. So when the hero deals damage with an AoE skill, so using this skill right here, which is the skill I was gonna talk about, the Poison AoE, you actually do get bleed on this skill as well. So you get poison and bleed. You know, bleed for 2 turns, poison for 3 turns. So very, very nice. And then moving on to his ultimate here, he's going to have Abyss AoE. So he's going to inflict damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies, gain the Abyss effect, and takes 50% less damage for 2 turns. So Abyss is going to be additional damage equal to 30% damage dealt on all enemies at the start of the enemy's turn. And it can scale up to 60% damage on the Abyss multiplier, which is very, very good. But should you be picking King on your ticket? Definitely not. And the reason why is because King is still very good, but to warrant using him, you would need the Winged Elaine, the blue one. And, you know, if you don't have that Elaine, it's not even worth picking up this King unless you like, the only reason, by the way, I would pick like any of these 3 older festivals is if you own the other 3 that I'm going to talk about and they're already 6 out of 6. So that's, you know, something to definitely take into account. So King, Elizabeth, and Lost Vein, I would say completely disregard. Let's move into the OneAskingHer now. So the OneAskingHer, he's a very good character. But one thing I want to note about the OneAskingHer, and if you're a newer player as well, if we go back out of here, back out of this ticket real quick, and we go to the summon screen here, if you guys are a newer player, Start Dash is going to give you a free the OneAskingHer already. So there's no need to pick the OneAskingHer on this ticket in that sense already. Like, even before going over his kit, like, you're gonna get a free one if you're on Start Dash. And let's say you you know, started the game, but then left the game for a bit and came back and your Start Dash is gone. The OneAskingHer, would I say picking him up is a good thing? I mean, I don't really think so, and the reason why is because let me just zoom in here. The reason why is because, you know, the one ultimate out. Why would you use the OneAskingHer when you can use the one ultimate AskingHer, right? And you know, if you already pulled the one ultimate, then I see like not much reason to actually get the OneAskingHer. Like, he's still a good character, and you can definitely use him on like Demonic Beast battle, like the Bird and the Deer. But other than that, I don't really see much viability, and in PvP he's lost like a lot of his viability as well. He has Flood single target, so, you know, additional damage per remaining HP, 0.8%, and then he just has single target, 600% of attack. And then for his passive here, he's just gonna get 6% all stats every turn up to 3, gain debuff immunity, and then he's gonna remove a stack every single turn past that, and it's just gonna, you know, rinse and repeat. It's gonna go up, down, right? So that's the OneAskingHer right there. I would say if you have the rest of the characters on this ticket already, and the OneAskingHer is close to 6 out of 6, you could pick up a dupe. That's not bad. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I probably would not pick the OneAskingHer. So let's move into Lolly Merlin here. So Lolly Merlin is actually a character that I would recommend you guys actually pick up from this ticket. Would it be the best recommendation to pick? Probably not. But let's talk about it, right? Lolly Merlin is going to be a good character because she has single target Power Strike, and Power Strike is additional damage equal to enemy resistance. Very, very good skill if you need a character for like Hell Grey Demon. Like, if you're a newer player and, you know, you're struggling with Grey Demon in terms of units, like, Merlin is a really good character for it. Her second skill is Infect AoE, which is not too bad in PvP. I mean, you can definitely use her. And then if we look at her passive here, the hero's damage taken from skills during the enemy's turn does not exceed 40% of max HP no matter what. Unless she's being hit by a counter on her attacking turn, then she can take damage past the 40%, and she's going to increase attack related stats by 1% for every 4% of remaining HP when using skills. So kind of like a you know, a little bit of like a flood effect right there, right? But yeah, and then moving to her ultimate here, inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack on all enemies and creates a barrier around allies equal to 5% of damage, taking damage only from basic stats. And then it also excludes the rupture effect, same thing as the Goddess Liz shield, but it applies after Merlin ults, which is very, very good. And then for Holy Relic here, increases the hero's attack by 20% when attacking a debuffed enemy and applies before skill activation is actually really good. So, you know, having that skill as well, or her Holy Relic. So Merlin is a character that I would pick if we didn't have this last character here, Purgatory Bond, which we're going to talk about. But Merlin is still definitely a very good character. If you own Purgatory Bond already on your account, Merlin is not a bad pick if you don't own her at all. Like, she's going to be a really good Grey Demon character to actually pick up. So yeah, that's going to be the discussion on Merlin. And then if we move to Purgatory Bond, this is the character that I highly recommend you guys pick up, man. The reason why I recommend Purgatory Bond is because he's such a universal character in that you can use him on a lot of content. He's going to be good in Guild Boss, Tower Trials, PvP. He's still somewhat viable. You know, like, overall I think Purgatory Bond is such a great character, and the fact that they're giving him out for free is just such a good thing as well. And then another thing to take into account, which I know a lot of you guys are probably not even going to think about, but we do actually get a free Excalibur Arthur through the step up ticket event for the 3.5 anniversary. So they're giving you Excalibur Arthur so that you can pick up Bond, run Excalibur Arthur with Bond, and then you already have like a team kind of centered around that, right? You already have Trigo for sure because he's just an R unit, and then your third slot on the actual team can be just a filler slot of any human character you want to bring, right? So that's really good. So what I'm gonna do actually right now is I'm gonna pick Purgatory Bond on my ticket right now, actually. So let me go to my ticket here, let's use it, and I'm actually gonna pick Purgatory Bond, and then we'll continue talking about why Purgatory Bond is so good though. But yeah, Purgatory Bond is a really good unit because he has that detonate AoE, and then he's also gonna have the, oh wow, okay, what is this animation? What? I didn't know it does it like this. But yeah, like he's such a good character. We're gonna go over it though. Okay, bop, skip, and then boom, brand new Purgatory Bond, right? So let's back out of here and let's kind of talk about like my reasoning why, honestly, like for Purgatory Bond. So yeah, detonate AoE, as I was saying, scaling off of max HP though. He was the first character to start scaling off of max HP, which is very crazy. And then he was gonna give your team restoring diminished HP, and then also getting max HP on this card as well, up to 30%, which is very strong. And then for his passive here, every time the hero's ultimate move gauge fills by 1 using moving or ranking up skills, the hero's max HP increases by 8%, up to 5 times for 3 turns, and removes all stat decrease effects on self. Very good effect right there. And then for his Holy Relic, increases the hero's max HP by 15% each time an ally dies, which is such a good PvP Holy Relic for Bond when using him. So yeah, man, I personally would say out of all 6 of these characters, if you do not own any of these characters, Purgatory Bond is the first must pick. And then if you own Purgatory Bond already, I would say Merlin. And then from then on, it's kind of just picking up dupes of characters you want, or if you do not have like Goddess Elizabeth, but you own the rest of the characters, you could pick her up just to own her. But yeah, that's at that point, it's just whoever you want to pick at that point. But my best recommendations would be Purgatory Bond, general use character, and then if you're missing a Grey Demon DPS, you could pick up Festival Merlin. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a good rest of your day.